Good morning. Welcome back to the JagCorner. Uh, I'm Will Thorup. Uh, I'm a programmer and artist for I do Jag stuff. This week we've been doing some programming, and we're going to get back on that. And probably we're going to be spending quite a bit more time on that. Yesterday there's quite a bit of news to go over. Today there isn't as much. I was looking at Twitter and I realized somebody retweeted yesterday's stream to the group that does, or at least the guy that's responsible for the 240p suite. And I guess I should have expected that because I was talking about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this project, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm planning on taking it as far as I can. It's gonna take some time, of course, but we'll see what happens. If you're in the chat, shout out. If there's anything you want to talk about, that's fine. I'm really going to be taking it easy on today's stream, kind of like I did yesterday. I ran into a silly. Let's see here. Let's see if I can recount what happened yesterday. We're getting pretty far. We were starting from scratch on the main menu. Started to implement a few graphics, like we got the background graphic in there. Kind of extracted some assets from the GitHub for the 240p suite. I guess it's good that I have their attention so they can tell me if there's something I can or cannot use. So that will be nice. But and then after that, I took BitJag's text engine, dropped that in, and we tried getting the font working. And the problem we ran into was I had hard coded. So you bring in a couple arrays just to determine the width of each character in your font map and the position in the font map, the horizontal position. And so we prepped the font map to accommodate BitJag's text engine. And because I had hard coded that array, it was so it would fill the first array, or it would point to the first array. It wasn't filling anything, and then because it was hard coded to 91 values, our new font map had 95 characters to work with, and so the next four characters in the so you had the widths and then you had the offsets. So the next four values in the offsets array were the last four values from the widths offset array, and it took me forever to figure that out. It was old code, so that's my excuse. I hadn't taken a look at that code in a while, in a few months, and so I had just forgotten that was hard coded, but that was fine. We made that more malleable, and now that's working fine. So in fact, if we bring up, let me know if the audio or anything's off. Again, I didn't do much of a test. Nothing has changed since yesterday, so everything should be fine, but let me know. Well, this is the old one. I have that up just for aesthetic purposes. Let's see if we go over to coding. Let's turn off Dolphin. Let's just do a clear, make clean, make virtual jag. So we have our font working and the background image. So we didn't get as far as I would have liked to yesterday, but today we're going to just be building out the menu. I'm going to have to look at some YouTube videos for this because I'm not familiar enough with the menu system. What I should probably do is actually get a cart either for my Sega Genesis or my Super Nintendo. I'm thinking probably my Sega Genesis because it seems like that's the one, and I could be wrong with this. Somebody correct me if I am wrong. That could be the one that's been worked on the most. It was the original one. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking I'll probably end up getting. I have no idea how much they cost. Maybe we should go take a look at that really quick. Let's go take a look. 240p test suite, Mega Drive cart. I'm sure somebody's selling them, right? Hopefully there isn't any drama happening with this. Oh, it's only $20. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll probably end up doing. I'll have to dig out my Sega Genesis, but I can do that. I wonder how old it is. That's the other concern, I guess. because there's been even recent updates. If I remember on the GitHub, it seemed like just in the last few months there were some updates. I don't know if that was the Genesis that was being updated. It could have been like the Dreamcast or something. But Genesis complete in box. Oh, you can just right here, Genesis, Mega Drive. I assume one is just PAL and one is NTSC. Is that the difference? Because I know it was Mega Drive over in Europe, so I'm assuming that's what it is. Oh, and that's going to be interesting once we get to that point, designing this for PAL versus NTSC. I'm going to have to learn how to handle that. I don't know if... let's see here. Oh, they may have all of them, huh? There's the Super Nintendo one, which is $30. That is quite a bit more expensive. That's interesting that there's that much of a price difference. I would have assumed that basically cartridges and boxes, because there's quite a bit of homebrew happening on both those systems, that they would be comparable in terms of pricing, but maybe not. Maybe the boxes are more expensive or something. I don't know. Anyways, so that's probably something I'll have to do. Until then, we'll just rely on maybe I'll try pulling it up in an emulator. I don't want to rely on emulators though for this kind of stuff. I would like to use real hardware because that's kind of the point. But yeah, let's get over to coding. Well, actually, let me see. Well, you guys don't need to see this, but I'm going to just find a quick YouTube video. 240p test suite Mega Drive, and see if we can find new test patterns. So everybody's showing their CRTs naturally, because that's kind of the point too, right? Yeah, just turn that audio off. See what we can find. Okay. Test patterns. What I'm kind of seeing, this is already different, I can tell. So just bring this over. If you look right here, the guy's name isn't above the title here, which is different than mine. Oh, they list the resolution and everything down here. That's good to know. So yeah, this is older, 2022, so enough's changed apparently. Or maybe it's because I'm using the Dreamcast graphics, and so we may need to figure out how to. Well, no, it's just 320 by 240. I don't see why there would be a huge difference between those two, but I don't know. My guess is that's probably an older version, if I had to guess. Let's check out this really quick. Oh, so this one's more akin to what we have. Test patterns. Yeah. Yep. Looks like we will eventually need to do some sort of detection between PAL and NTSC, get that working. And the issue I'm going to have with PAL is I don't think I have a setup for it. And so I may need to rely on somebody else to polish that part of the program off in the future. Let me... Stupid ads. Okay. Let's see what we got here. See if he actually shows it. Just taking a look. Looks like they're highlighting the text in red. Looks like there's a drop shadow too, so I might need to figure that out. And I can recode my text library, I believe, to do a drop shadow. Quickly switching. See, and I've never done a highlight like this. I've usually relied just on cursors for menu navigation. And so I'm going to have to just think through that. We'll come up with a solution for that. Maybe I should do some research before I just come up with something. But something we could do is we just I create two fonts, and when you switch, it just repaints that line with the other font. Let's see here. Yeah, I could just do that. It's not too hard. I don't think it's going to take up too much memory to do that. Then some other things we're going to have to figure out. We're going to have to figure out the help menu. I know they kind of have a system for that, so we're going to have to go dig through the source code. Oh, and it looks like they have titles. So they have green titles. That is good to know as well. Is there anything else in terms of text? Green titles. Let's see if we can find another 240p. Let's check this out. Yeah, so they are doing a drop shadow on this. Red text. Okay, there we go. So, press the A button when the sprite is aligned. A negative value means you've pressed A before. Okay, so yeah, they have, it looks like they're still doing the drop shadow here. We don't technically need to do a drop shadow, but, and again, it wouldn't be hard to add later on if we wanted to. I don't think anyways. Yeah, so red and green text, so we're going to have to figure that out. And then the other way I could do it is we just use the same screen buffer for the text, and I just write a function that passes over and just says wherever there's this ID in the buffer, just switch it to another ID to point to another color in the color lookup table. I could do that. I just don't know how fast that would be. I've done stuff like that before, and it seems like it's pretty slow. And maybe I was just doing it wrong too, and so maybe we'll explore that as well. But yeah, keep in mind that the frame. Gonna have to figure that all out. It's gonna be a lot of work to do this. It's gonna take some time. But all set. Let's see here. What are they doing here? Looks like it's flashing the screen gray when they, each time it passes over, it changes the background color. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Just these tests, I'm not familiar with them, and so this is why I'm thinking I'll probably get a cart, and so I can get a little bit more familiar with all this. Anyways, let's get started. Let's build our first menu. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up, see if they happen to have a link here. Creator here. See if that goes to the GitHub. That'd be cool. Could I be so lucky? Oh, something's taking its time. There we go. Oh yeah, and all the tests are technically here, but I do want to go to the GitHub for this. Where are you? Git. Gonna want to keep a shortcut for this somewhere. Main page. Let's give that a try. Recent changes, random page, help. Yeah, it's not there. Man, something is taking its time in terms of the internet. The basics, upscaler wiki, that's interesting. Let's do this. 240p test suite, GitHub. There it is. We want this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Mega Drive. I don't know if everything in the Mega Drive or the Genesis is applicable to what we're doing, but anyways, we're just doing main.c here. Team player check. Select position, reload one, buttons, press buttons. Seeing, yeah, they're doing some sort of detection here. For PAL and NTSC, and so I'm eventually going to have to figure out how to do that. I know there is a way to do it, I just don't know it, so we'll have to figure it out. I'll have to get on the forums and ask for help or something. So, okay. Yeah, so he's just filling out his text, and this is interesting because cursor select equals 7. This must be where, yeah, he's changing title attribute. There's some things he's changing. Pal 1. Pal 1. See where that's being. It's being defined somewhere. It's probably in the header, if I had to guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably in the header. I'm just interested to see what he's doing here. Pal, no, I'm not seeing it there either. What is he including? Genesis. It could be in Genesis or resolution. Let's check that out. Res.h. Oh, this is just resources. That's fine. Resources. I have that going on too, which is nice that at least I'm on the same path in that regard. And then Genesis. Where's that? Why can't I see that? It's just G, right? Must be somewhere else. CD files, source boot maybe? Sega.s, nope. README, source utilities, res. No, this is just all the graphics. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. That's weird. Should just be in our source directory here. Am I missing it? Am I blind? Yeah, it's just not there. That's interesting. I don't know what's going on. Is it out here somewhere? Doesn't look like it. Ah, weird. Well, regardless, let's just start building our menu. We can do that. Test patterns, video tests, audio tests, hardware tools. Oh, and how is he doing the position? It looks like he's just doing the position. There's an offset of some sort. Where is that offset? It's a pixel offset, I'm sure. Draw resolution. The version number. It's probably down at the bottom right corner. Huh. This is a clever way of doing it, apparently, but I'm not smart enough to pick up on it. Draw intro. BDB chain, net console, position. Huh. Everything equals 1. He sets the position to 10. That's how he's determining his offset. I'm just not sure exactly how he's doing that. So, equals +4. I wonder if he's just drawing to a large buffer. Give me a second. I need to go take care of, go blow my nose for a second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. He has something that's determining the offset for each one. He may be drawing all the text to one buffer. I think that's what might be happening. yeah, I just don't know enough about how this whatever library is using or whatever for drawing text. So we're just going to come up with our own thing, and we'll just build out this this menu. So test patterns, video tests, audio tests, hardware. So we need, at least for this menu, and this is another thing. Maybe what we should do is just treat this as how many lines we want on the screen, right? Yeah. And I think we determined something like 30 lines or something, but oh, hey Matt, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to my chat. Good to see you again. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Dataset users, good to see you. So well, cheers. I'm at work as well. Might still drop in from time to time. Yeah, definitely. If you guys want me to chat about something, if you're just listening to this, ambiently, let me know. Yeah, we can chat about something. So I imagine this will probably be a little bit dry like yesterday, but I know some people are interested in this stuff. And somebody tweeted, roped in the 240p suite person. I think it was you, dataset user, and that's fine. That's fine. I guess I should have expected that, to be honest, but yeah. So what I think we're going to do here with the font, and I think that's kind of what he's doing here, is he's just treating these all as lines, and so he skips 4 there and does that. So what we're going to do with this is, let me jump back over here to coding. Kill virtual Jaguar. Well, let me show it up here. What we're going to do is we're going to create like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be like, we're going to do like 30 lines. And we'll start the lines. Oh, this should be interesting, actually. Do I want to do that, or do I want to keep each screen kind of custom? Because I know some of the text will be closer up to the corner and stuff like that. But we could just write some functions that reset the positions, and yeah, that's what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll hard code like 30 lines. We'll do 30 lines from top to bottom. Well, let's do this. 240 divided by 8 is 30 lines. So yeah, that's the whole screen. So we could do like 25 lines and we'd be fine. But maybe we'll do 30 so we can cover the whole height of the screen. Nah, let's do 26 lines. That means there's 4 lines we won't have at the top and bottom, or 2 lines. Will always be 2 lines in. So it'll go from pixel 16 to pixel 240 minus 16, which is what 224. And then there will just be a line, but there should be space between each line too. So maybe what we'll do, maybe we'll do just 20 lines, because I don't think we'll need any more than that. Let's do 24 lines. Let's see here. If we do 24 and give it a, what should our line height be? Half of that. So times 4, that's 96 pixels. So we do 240 minus 96. 240 minus 96 is 144. 144 divided by 8. So 18 lines. So if we do 20 lines, we should be fine. That'll give us 2 extra lines to work with if we absolutely need them. Okay, so we're going to do 20 lines. And I think I have that set up. Yeah, right here. Common assets line text box. We're just going to do 20. And we're going to do a little bit of an initialization right at the beginning of our program for those. So we set up our font. Let me clean some of this up. It kind of looks terrible right now. We load our font. Load font. And I think what we're going to try to do with the colors first is we're going to just try painting the buffer with different IDs to point it to a different color in the color lookup table. So, but for our init text lines, we'll just run a for loop here. Equals 0, equals 0. I doesn't equal 20, and here's what I'm going to do in case we change this later on. I'm going to create a define here for our text stuff. Define, and this is lines of text. I should probably do rows, but whatever. Lines of text, and set that to 20. And this way, if this ever changes, we just need to change this one line and it'll update everything else that we do to all of the lines of text. It'll do the right amount, essentially. So we just replace that. I++. And all I'm going to do is line text box I equals 0, like that. Or not 0, null. And the reason why we do that is we'll be checking this if it's null before we do anything to it, in case we need to unload it or load it. Do I need to do that? Yeah, I kind of want to do that because if we need to reset the line of text, I want to just wipe it out, remake it, which may be unnecessary, but that's kind of what I've been used to. That's what I've been doing in the games. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, and so what we can do, let's see if we can do what he was doing. So he had a variable called position, and I'm gonna be a little more verbose with that. Just gonna create a variable here called int line position equals 0. And our text will always start at least, and this may change, at least 16 pixels down. So always the offset will be, so int line vert offset equals 16, and that will make our pixel position, yeah, that's fine. Do I want to make these global? Probably want to make these global. That's my guess. Yes, let's make them global. Line position and line vert. Let's do Y offset instead of vertical, and we'll do an X offset as well. X, swap those, and then those will just be initialized here at the beginning of our program. 16 and 38, I think, is our X offset. X offset is 38, yep. And then our Y is calculated with you know, I don't know if we should do it that way. Well, actually it does help us, doesn't it? Is he using I guess I need to look up these functions and actually see what's going on over here. because I'm sure there's a pixel offset. My guess is this is a pixel offset. Possibly. I don't know. Position 4. Position equals 10. I don't know. I kind of want to just, well, it'd be nice to set this system up, because it makes it easier to edit in the future, I believe, because you can just change line values. So for example, it keeps the lines consistent from menu to menu. That's the idea. So for example, if I did line 2, it only works for for loops, so. No, that's fine, because this gives us the offset. Let's see here. Does that work though? Because we might need a line height as well. Equals, what did I calculate for? So a line height is 12 pixels. I need to make these, I need to adjust these a little bit. Get rid of this, we don't need to initialize them twice. Like that. And so for example, if I want to put this at line 2, the Y position, which is this right here, would be 2 times line height, like that, plus line Y offset, like that. And that should line height undeclared. There we go. That did not put it where I wanted it to. Let's see here. 2 times 12, which is 24, plus 16. Yeah, that should be on the screen. No reason why that shouldn't be working. Let's set that back to 60. Make sure I didn't mess something else up. Line text box equals null. Yeah, I messed something else up. Why is it giving us a problem? Didn't do anything outlandish here. Like, this should be fine. These should all be fine. I'm not worried about those right now. They're not doing anything. What did I change? Added a comment, added this for loop that just initializes them to null. Yeah, there's no problem there. The only difference is I'm using 2 instead of 0. I wonder if it doesn't like that for some reason. It should just be a bunch of pointers. So it shouldn't have any problem with any of those. It's weird. Is that a problem? If it's set to null, yeah, actually that might be a problem. Huh. Well, what we can do is actually just initialize them all. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And then we do what was it? I times line height plus line Y offset, and then this is line X offset, like that. And we can draw all those. My issue with this Well, we can use this to initialize. Yeah, so there's our menu. May want to adjust our offset a little bit and our height. Let's make this 10 and our offset. Well, let's take a look at that, see where it's at. Oh, I'm not at code. Sorry about that. Yeah. So those are all initialized. We can start this at this Y offset we can change from menu to menu too. And so maybe what I'll do for these main menus is we'll just 54. We'll just put line 0 right where it should be, right there. That should be fine. And it looks like we'll get down to a certain value, but anyways, I'll be right back. I don't know why my nose is going nuts this morning, but yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. So right now, the reason why I don't like the idea of doing preloading these lines is my code right now detects the length of the string and adjusts the buffer for that string automatically. What we could do is I could change that so we can manually put in that value, and so we can just create a really large buffer, and then whenever we need to update, we can update that, and as long as we keep the text to a certain length, we should be fine. And looking at that YouTube video, it seemed like we could get away with that if we needed to, and if we needed more room, vertical room. My text engine supports multiple lines, and so we can add as much text on, virtually speaking, like we could add a whole screen worth of text, which we may want to do. The reason why I don't want to do that though is I have word wrapping implemented, and it may rely on this length thing. It may not either. But the other way we could do it is whenever we need to update it, we just destroy the structure and rebuild it again. That's not too bad. So, and I can demonstrate that, like just down here. Well, actually, we do need to do some work to do that easily, because right now I don't. No, I do have a. Pretty sure I have a function that quickly unloads and loads stuff. Yeah, so free text box right there. Which is a function that we just pass to the structure and it just clears it out. And then we can rebuild it. So for example, if we take like line 5, if we go line text box 5 equals free text box, and we just pass it again, line text box. I don't know if this is a good way of doing it, but it works. It does work. What this will do is, and we can see this will actually remove it. There's line 5 is gone, and then we can just build it again. Line 5. I almost want to make a function that just does this. Wonder if there's a way I could automate that. This, and then we can give it some other text. So I'm renewed, like that. And so that's reset. Anyways, So yeah, that's another way we can do it, to update the lines. And I'm fine doing that. I just don't know how fast it is, and we won't know until we have a couple menus built. It works. And it's 3 lines of code. It's not too bad. Yeah. Anyways, so let's just we'll initialize. See, yeah, I'm not in love with this. Yeah, we'll just initialize everything. Jean-Paul Marie, hello. Good morning. Welcome. Seems like everybody's at work. I'll be at work here in a few hours. Well, I guess I'm kind of working right now in a way, but yeah. So this will just initialize all the lines, so they're just spaces, and then we can build our menu here. Actually, with these 3 lines. See, and I almost want to build a quick function that just updates each one of these. And all we have to do is pass it a string. Do we want to do that? Do a custom line that just does that. Because we're going to be using the same width for everything. Same height. This will be the same as well. And so we can pass it a new, yeah, we may just want to write a function that we just pass an ID that we want to update, and then the string we want to update it with. Maybe we'll just do that. I'll just drop that in my text engine. Well, I kind of want to keep it. Nah, yeah, we better do it in the text engine. So what I'll do is we're going to take these, pass them over to here, and just drop them up here. Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. So those are over there now, and we're going to just create a new function called update line. Yeah, sure. And we're going to be passing in we're going to be passing in int line ID and then a character string, like that. Then down here we'll actually define that function with this x, like that, and then this will be line ID, line ID, line ID, line ID, line ID, and then this will be text, like that. Yeah, that should work fine. And we may make it a little more verbose in the future, but for now that should work fine. So now I can just take this, and so we're replacing this with this now, and we just say line 5. I want it to be I'm renewed. That should work. We'll find out. I'm missing something. 483. Oh, the text box. Oh, I guess we can just pass the text box through. Maybe we'll do that instead. Let me think. if we pass in the text box. Yeah, let's give it a try. Text box TV. We'll just do that, and it will just be TV. Oh, we do need to pass in the ID still. Int line ID. Is there a simpler way to do this? Yeah, we need the line ID so we can determine the position of the line. Just wondering if there's an easier way to do this. No, this is fine. Yeah, this will work fine. Yeah. TV. And like that. Update our declaration or our declaration like that, and then here we pass in line text box 5. Yeah, like that. Function font undeclared. Oh yeah, none of that is global, is it? Oh, actually, this is this may work out nice because we can change our color this way. So if we pass in the font like this, and it's going to be of type font F, like that. And then we can just swap out U with F. Yeah. What this will allow us, so now what I can do is I can create multiple fonts and I can quickly update that line with a different color font or even a completely different font if I wanted to. That should, oh, we got to pass in settings too. So this is turning out to be a little more verbose than I was hoping, but I think it'll make switching the highlighted line a little bit easier for us in the long run. Let's see here. Oh, darn it. Is that going to work? Because we don't have common assets. Well, I should be able to include that. Include common assets.h. Hopefully that will build without a problem. And then global settings. And maybe what I'll want to do is add all that line height stuff. Here, I'm just going to swap that out for S. And copy this. This is all updated again. And this is SD. See, what I'm thinking about is putting those all inside of my global function just to keep things accessible. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Might as well. So, text engine where I was, where is that? These, what we're going to do is put them all inside of our global structure, global settings structure, right? Let's see here. This is for background colors. Let's do a new section, line options. Like that. And then we can initialize those. So right, we can just do it right. No, let's do it in, just cut this out. Let's do it in our init function if I can find it. Where is our init function? Init global settings. Global, so there it is. Right here. And we just need to make it a member of that settings structure, and we should be good. That should all be fine now. Should be. Settings main menu state. We may use this. Yeah, we'll need to use this as well. Gotta remember that that's there. Settings, okay. Main 47C, there's just some instances of it here. Yeah. Oh, I need to go, yeah. There's a few places where I need to update this. Copy. There. And then I have to do it. Excuse me. I need to do it in our... Why is that an implicit function? Shouldn't be an implicit function. That's weird. I need to update it here as well. That it's a member of the settings structure, the global settings structure. That and that. Oh, wait. Nope, not this. I'm not worried about that. Times, yeah. And, yeah, we're fine on that. Unknown type global settings. Hmm. 19. I think it's because I'm looping in, I'm creating a loop in my includes. It doesn't like this. Oh no, it's not a problem. Make clean, yeah. Huh. Global settings, why is it having a problem with that? Did I type it in wrong? I may have typed it in wrong. Global settings. No, I typed it in right. Implicit declaration. Update line. Text engine 8, 7417. Unknown type name global settings. Here, we're going to just move this. Get rid of you. I think I can just, yeah, I can just do it here. We're going to just do it here. I think that will fix whatever's happening. Do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. That is working. So we can actually start building our menu now. Test patterns, video tests, audio test, hardware tools. Okay. So we would just want to update line 0. So we just, and this is fairly quick. I just have to update these two values and then put in the text. So video tests, right? Is that right? Video patterns, test patterns, video tests, audio tests. So this is test patterns. 1 video tests and audio tests 2, and the last one was hardware tests, I believe, for the first section. Hardware tests 3, like that. There we go. There we go. So those are all updated. I'm just going to go take a look at the video here again. I just wanted to see what the line spacing is like on that main menu. Looks like there's only 1 pixel of line spacing. So we can change that. It's not a problem. We can just go to our knit function here. Back up here, line height. So is it just 9 pixels? It may just be 9 pixels for the line height. Yeah, there we go. There's that. And then are you using 240p source code from Git? I'm using it as inspiration. I'm not using it directly because there's a lot of calls for visual stuff that are specific to the platform, and so when it comes to the actual tests, I imagine I'll probably, if it's C code, I'll be using that. But if it's platform specific, I just have to come up with my alternative for the Jag, and so we'll see. So yeah, like right now, I don't know why it isn't switching. Oh, there we go. I'm looking at it right now. I'm just not switching over to it because it's can be a little bit boring, but I'm using it as inspiration, so I'll be using like the way he switches stuff here. I'll be using that. But anyways, so yeah, I'm definitely using it. It's funny that he's not using 0 for his switch case statement, but that's definitely a preference. We'll follow it. It's not a problem. If cursor select is less, fade and clean up. Switch cursor select. So there's some sort of fade. We may do that. We may not. Anyways, yeah. So I am using the code as inspiration, and I want to match the menus, like what's in the menus and stuff like that too. So so he skips 4 positions. Help options and credits. So let's add those. So if we skip 4 positions, that puts us at position 7. Help. Excuse me. Help, options, and credits. Help, options, and credits. Like that. And 7, 8, 8, 9, 9. And hopefully that does what I expect it to do. It should. I mean, yeah, so good to go. There's all that. Let's go ahead and set up our switch case statement, which we already do have a switch case statement. He starts at 1 on everything. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And I need to move this controller test code because eventually we'll be using that, but it'll be further down the line. So maybe what I'll do is we'll create some new files here. Controller test.c. Touch controller test.h. We'll create a couple of those. I'm going to just move this over into that C file. Well, let's see here. I need to open those up. Open with Kate. Yeah. We're going to copy this code out because that's a lot of code I don't want to rewrite if I don't have to. Let's see here. Team chat. Yeah, here we go. those out. And I'm just going to plop it in here because we're not going to be using it right now. This is just for backup purposes. Main.c. And then we need to take out this control check. Data, yeah. This is the highlighting code that highlights the buttons, and then our team tab check, which we may be using here in the main function at some point. I'm not entirely sure, but we will see. And I'm just dropping that in here as well. Okay, there's all that. Okay, case 5. Just gonna take a look at this code here. So case 1 is our test pattern menu. Test pattern menu, and I'm just making sure it's all in order, in the same order. Yeah, it looks like it is. So test pattern, video test, audio test, hardware test, video test, audio test, hardware tests, and yep, that's right. And then it's draw help. This is our help menu, and then our options menu, and the last one, which will be case 7, will be our credits. Okay. So let's take a look at the source. I think because he goes to a different function, and just seeing, does he just have a, yeah, he just has a test.c, and it's all in this big file, which I guess we'll probably do too. We can do that, I guess, but sorry, I think somebody may have been calling me. Nope, it's just notifications. Yeah, so he's doing everything in one big file for the test, and I guess we can do that too, just to keep it consistent. Let's see here. So draw checkboard. Oh, but his menus, let's see here, main.c, I'm pretty sure his menus are just in here. So there's our main menu. Yeah, so test pattern menu. He's just keeping everything in here. So let's go ahead and build that out. And I can actually just, I may be able to just copy and paste this here. Now, oh, you know what we should do first? Before we build another menu, we should figure out our navigation. So I am gonna just, so over here, why is that not, there we go, I'm hitting the wrong button, that's why it isn't switching. Reload, check help. So he has some sort of reload thing when we go to the help menu. We aren't gonna worry about that right now. But we are gonna copy this, just this little bit of controller logic. Paste it here, and we'll just swap it out for how we do it on the Jag. So I'm just going to copy this over. So this is if it's down and up. This is up like that. And then I have in my settings structure, I have a menu, main menu state. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this to just menu state, because we're going to be using this. We're not going to be saving the cursor position. It's always just going to be returning back to menu state, to the top of each menu whenever you're navigating. Gotta switch that. That's why he's setting it to 1. So this is 1. Because he isn't using 0 for his menus. So I just gotta remember to do that. Like that. This, and this. There we go. So that should be updating our state. Now so once we do this, we need to update our menu. And I'm just going to write that out here. Visually update menu. We may move this into a function later, where it just takes do I have we need to keep the old position. Or I can just update the whole menu every time. Nah, we're going to keep the old position. Menu state 1. And we're going to create another member called menu state old equals s menu state. This will be old, like that. So we're doing things a little bit different than what he's doing, but it should be fine. Menu state old. This doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to get rid of this. Don't need that comment. You don't need it here either. Okay. So what we do is before we change it, we set settings, menu state old equals settings menu state, like that. And you'll see why we're doing that here in just a moment. Because what we need to do is we need to reset our old menu position to the white color after we make the switch, and then we'll update the new line to the highlighted color. Which reminds me, we do need to make that as well. Let's see here. What we can do. So what we're going to do here, because this is our font map, right? Oh, I wonder if I can just... No, we're going to be creating 3 fonts. We're going to be creating three fonts to look at. And yeah, so let's go do that. Did I do that under common? Yeah, that's under common assets. Font map. So this is our font map, and we're going to create 3 sets of data. Font map white, green, and red, like that. And where's our font? Where is that? Oh, there it is. We can move this over to common assets. Common assets. Here, and now it will be font white, green and red. Green and red. Like that. I really need to get rid of that capitalization. This is really old code. This is from like years ago before I settled into a syntax convention or whatever that's called. A naming convention. Eventually I'll change that. Font white, green, red. And now what we do Wait, do I need to unpack that twice? How am I, is it just pointing to that data? I think it's just pointing to that data. Graphic. Set simple screen. Oh yeah, so we just need to bring it in once. What does set simple screen do? Let's open that up really quick. Jaguar source movers lib screen set. I think it's this one. Set simple screen. So it takes. Okay, so it's just pointing to the data. So it's not creating a copy of it. So we do need 3 sets of data. So I'm on the right path here. So we do need these 3. Just wondering if I just need one font map and I just switch what the data is looking at. Give me a second, because I'm thinking we can just do one font like this, and this font structure has where are you? Right here, a pointer to the graphic data, and we can just swap this between red, green, and blue before it draws the text. Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's give it a try. So let's unpack and change the colors of, and I'm gonna have to look up how to do this again. Font map, what did we call it? We called it font map white, green, and red data. Font map white. White. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do that. That's all we're doing, I'm pretty sure. So new font, graphic, and that's what the set does, is it's just pointing to the data, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Yeah, and we're just gonna do this 3 times for each color. So green and red data, and then we'll unpack it 3 times. Don't technically have to do that, but I'm just going to do it now to keep things simple. And red. And then we need to adjust the colors of 2 of them. Adjust colors for highlights. And I got to remember how to do that. We just have to decide our color lookups. So we'll make 2 green and 3 red. White, green, and red. Let's see here. Green is, well, I'm going to do this with some operators, Boolean operators. So our red is 0, shifted 11 bits. Our 0 shifted 6 bits for blue, and our green we'll make it just really, we don't want to make it completely bright. Let's do like 48, like that. So there's our green, and our red will be full on red. We can adjust these later, so it's not a huge deal. Red will be 31. There we go. And there's our red. And then we need to do a for loop. I equals 0 as long as I doesn't equal. We can just do 512 times 18. 5112 times 8 is 4096. So 4096 I plus plus like that. And then we do an if statement. Oh, we do need, so int byte equals mem copy. I gotta look this up. I don't have this C code memorized. Let's go ahead and let's learn together. Mem copy C. So it's destination and source. So we want to copy from, to our byte. And this is on uint 8 underscore t byte equals 0x0. And then mem copy. It's destination, right? Yeah, destination, which is byte. We may need an, yes, I think we do need an ampersand for that. Byte, and our source is font map green data. Plus I. And we're just copying over 1 byte. That may be all we need to do. It seemed like there's a trickier way to doing this. And I've done it before. I'm gonna go look it up here really quick. I do it in the credits for Flappy McFur, actually. So we're gonna go take a look at that. Let's see your credits right there. Pretty sure I do it. Empty slot. Yeah, paint tiles. So yeah, we copy a byte. It looks like we need to cast it. I do it in the line text. I'm not worried about that. So we just need to cast it as a pointer, an 8-bit pointer. Pretty sure. Yeah, and we're not worried about XY positions, size of byte. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we just need to cast it and treat it as an array like that. And size of, I'm just going to do this for consistency's sake. And so now that we have that, we can check it. So if byte equals 0x01, because right now it's looking, all the white pixels are looking at ID 1. So if it's equal to that, then we paint it to let's see here. Pretty sure I can just mem copy it again. Mem set. Yeah, and we're just setting it back. And I'm going to type this out because I do need to practice this in order to memorize it. So the destination is uint 8. It's the pointer, the 8-bit pointer at font map green data. So we're painting back to that area memory. And and we're switching 0 hex value 1 to hex value 2. And let's see here. Is that it? Yeah, and just the size of byte, like that. And that should do the trick on that. We can test it simply by switching this to green, like that. Let me run a make command, make sure, yeah, I got some syntax issues somewhere. Main 5223 byte. That's a problem. Did it again, like that. Cast to pointer 23. 23. Where are you? 23. Why is it having a problem with that? Warning, cast to pointer from integer of different size. I think that's fine. Global settings has no member. Oh yeah, we gotta fix some stuff here. 77. This is menu state. We actually don't need this because it's initialized. 110. We still have a cursor select. I forgot to copy out. Has 127. Menu state. There we go. And size of. There. Okay. And it should build. I don't know if it'll actually run. Oh, look at that. It ran. Hey, and we changed something that was green somewhere. It didn't do exactly what we wanted, but it's weird that it only changed 1 pixel. Oh, that's a problem. That will cause some issues. So it's only changing the first pixel for some reason. You update it. Here, let's just get rid of this, see what it does. Yeah, no change. $52.23. Funny it isn't complaining about it at 54. That is a little strange. Can't do that either. That may be causing problems. Let's see here. Rem copy. Sending it to the address. That's fine. And then we're setting it back. Mem set. Oh, whoa. I can't treat it as an array. I was not looking at that correctly. So this is actually plus I. Oh, and I need to do it here as well. That's why. It was just doing it to the same pixel. Actually, this may work. Let's take a look, see if it works. Not quite. Let's try plus I. Plus I. There we go. Okay, got that working. Yeah, you can't treat it as an array. I don't entirely understand that, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. So we have our green ones, and then we want to do our blue. Yes, we want to do our blue. So this is we're going to do green, and then we just copy this and we do it again for blue, or not blue, red, and we just swap these out. That should give us our red like that. We can check it with this red. Oh, you set it to red. There we go, like that, and everything should be red. Okay, cool, got that. And I do want to brighten up the green a little bit. Let's do like 56. See what that looks like. Cool. We have that, and now we create. Oh no! We don't. We're just swapping the data. So this is we're going to set this back to white, and then for the font, what we're going to do is under update line, we're going to just pass a we're going to pass a value 0, 1, or 2, or let's do 1, 2, 3. That way we're matching our color lookup tables. Sorry, I am not on code. I keep forgetting to switch over. Yeah, so we just recap. We did we were able to set our green, change the buffer for our sprite data. We just scanned all the pixels in that really quick and said, well, if you find one that has the ID of 0, 1, switch it to 2, which is our CLUT, our color lookup table ID 2, which is green. And then we did the same thing on our third one right here, our red map. We did the same thing on that to make sure it's pointing to the red value in the color lookup table. Yeah, so yeah, we're good there. And now we only need to create one font structure to look at, because what we can do is when we draw the text down here, we can pass it a value of 1, 2, or 3 for white, green, and red. And what it will do is, according to that value, it will swap the data that it's drawing from. Which, yeah, this should work. This should work great. And we're going to actually put that after this. So basically we'll do, okay, for example, we want that first line to be red, like that, and then the rest will be white. White. And what I'm going to do is create a some defines for these. White. Because we're going to be using this consistently throughout the program. So, so up here in Common Assets, we're just going to create some defines under, let's just do it under font. Define white is 1, 2, 3. This is green, and this is red. And then in our function, we do need to add int color, like that. Under our update line function, add that here as well, int color. And then, let's see here. Yeah, we just, before it draws, we go if, we just set up some if statements here. If color is equal to 1, then we point our f graphic data equals font map white data, like that. We just point it to that. And those are globally accessible, or at least they're accessible in these functions. So yeah, we're just pointing it to that, and then we just do it for the other ones. I'm not worried about speed, so I'm not going to do else if statements here. Green and red. See if it complains about that. It doesn't. Let's see if it worked. Look at that. It worked. Cool. So now we can navigate our menu. We're going all the way back to navigation. Remember, we talked about that a while ago. So we're just going to update according to our menu position. And we will want to put this into a function, I believe, eventually. But we take settings. We just take one of these update lines. Oh, this doesn't work. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Let's see here. Oh, no, we do have a function for this. We have an update. Where are you? Update text box right there. Let's go take a look. No. Yeah, update text box. Update text box right there. And it redraws it. It does redraw it, which is what we want. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just write a new function for this as well. And what we're going to do is, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a check here if pointer text is equal to null. I think we can do this. I've never tried it before. So we'll see if it works. So basically, if we don't pass text into this function, it won't free the text box or anything. It won't change the text. All it will do is update. It'll redraw and update the color. And I'm wondering if we can just swap this out. Update text box. Yep, it just resets that. Yeah, let's give this a try. Let's do update text box. This may or may not work. Update text box. We can just use that function. I don't think it's going to hurt anything to do that. Yep, equals null. Does not equal null. Does not. That's what we want. Let's see what it does with that. Okay, didn't actually update. Let me get rid of this really quick. Okay, so that update text box, for some reason, isn't doing what I expect it to do. Goes in, clears the screen, that's fine, resets our ID position, then it should just be drawing it out again. The whole thing, it should just be drawing the whole thing again, but for some reason it's not doing it. Draw text box at once. Because it's basically, it's our draw text box at once, except it's resetting some of the structure variables to make sure it starts at the beginning and redraws it. One difference is this clear screen. I don't know why. And you can see it drawing it. It's definitely drawing it. For some reason, it's not working though. What did I change? Oh, I forgot to save. Duh. Might have been helpful to save. So if we comment those out and do it, let's draw text box at once. That's working. Huh. Why would update text box be any different? This is a little weird. Real width, line center, line count, that's all fine. Setting the character count. Yeah, it's none of this should be a problem here. And it's just going through, it's doing, is it doing the same thing? It's not. Why isn't it? Excuse me. Why isn't that the same? What's different? Oh, it's just that. That shouldn't make a difference, so that is weird. Well, what we can do... Darn it. Huh. Yeah, there is no difference between these. Except it's resetting some of these variables, but those are already set to that when this is ran the first time. I technically don't even need this function. I should just be running this function every time. Pretty sure. So if we go new text box, yeah, this is all set to 0 except for line count. Oh, that may be a problem. See if that's causing a problem. Nope. Line count is TV padding. I'm gonna update that as well. TB padding. Thought I copied that, but apparently I didn't. Padding, type rate counter, type rate. We're not typing, we're just updating it. Let's comment that out, see what it does. Yeah, I am just confused now. The X, we're setting that back to 0. Oh, it's invisible. That's what's going on. Okay. I just have this check up here. Let's just do that same check. That's fine. Because we're updating it anyways. Oh, there we go. Duh. Okay, got that. So we can just use that function. The reason why that's important is if this runs. So this should all work exactly the same. What I want to do is we're going to update that. Well, let's go ahead and do that. We can visually update the menu here. So what we do is we take, let's just take one of these lines. We need to set the old line. So that's why we were saving the old position to white, like that. And then we're setting the text to null because we're not updating the text. We don't want to update the text. So when I push up, it crashes. Did not like that. Let's see here. It may not like me passing null there. Let's see here. Let's go check it out. Let's see here, am I getting any warnings? 255, comparison between pointer and integer. It does not like that that's a pointer. If I just get rid of it, will it even build? Well, it builds. Still crashes when I hit up. It isn't complaining about that anymore, though. I don't think it likes that. Here, let's try this. Let's just make sure it's working. Yeah. Let's just pass it like some dashes. Like so. That should be updating. Why aren't you updating? Well, let's finish this up. Let's have it. Then it goes to the new menu state. And that's red. Red. Like that. Doesn't like something about that. Equals. Oh, my brackets are getting a little bit confusing here. What the? Why doesn't he have brackets? You can do that in C? I didn't know you could do that in C. I'm a little concerned about that, though. I'm going to put brackets around that anyways. I didn't know you could do that in C. You could not have brackets for single line if statements. That may be causing some problems, though. Here. I don't know. No, it's crashing. It doesn't like that for some reason. Update line. So we can actually do draw text box at once. See if that, I don't think this is going to make a difference, but yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not going to make a difference. What does it not like here? Line IT. Why wouldn't it like the fact that I'm doing that? I mean, why can't I just do this? Let's see if this crashes it, because this is essentially the same thing that I'm trying to do down there with the navigation stuff. See if it crashes. Doesn't crash there. Let's do it a bunch of times, see if it crashes. Let's make it green. Let's just do that. This is gonna do it a ton of times. Yeah, that's fine. I don't understand why it's hung up on that. We're passing in the one we're switching from, and that's the same number there. Yep, those are good. Settings, font, yeah, that's fine. Telling it to be white. Does it not like these dashes? Hello. Maybe it doesn't like those dashes. Hello. I know I have enough oh, that's going to be a problem. Well, that's interesting. So this isn't working. I know what's going on as I'm trying to access a... Actually, no, that still shouldn't cause it to crash. Because... Oh, it will cause it to crash if it hasn't... No, everything's been initialized. So yeah, this should be working. Huh. There is another problem, though, that I've discovered. And we'll see it once we're able to navigate the menu. This is bizarre. This should be working. Oh, I changed something in here. No, that's not a problem. This isn't a problem. This is all pretty sure working as expected. And we kind of did a stress test on it, and we know it's working. We know this function's working. Pretty sure that this isn't causing the crash. Joypad up, settings. Oh, something we do need to do. Equals 7. Just need to reset our delay. Make sure we do that. Let's see here. What happens if I press down? That's fine. Okay. So it's crashing because of these lines, so there's something it doesn't like. Pretty sure I have them typed out correctly. Because yeah, if I get rid of this, press down, it's fine. Wonder why it doesn't like running those in real time. It has no problem running them up here. Here, let's try this. It's at position, so when I hit up, it's going to be position 1. Position 1, and then this is going to be position 7. 7, 7. So hitting up once, yeah, it's just crashing. Wonder why it's having a hard time with that. Oh, that's an issue. Yeah, I got a couple problems here that we're gonna have to work out. That's fine. Those problems shouldn't be making it crash though. Because what it will be doing is, because it's position 1, it'll be changing this one. And then this one here. Is it not properly... So we're freeing the text box, that's fine. And we're rebuilding it, that's fine. Let's just try having it not switch colors. Yeah, that's something it doesn't like there. Let's try switching this to draw text box at once. I don't think this is gonna, yeah, it's not gonna change anything. There's definitely something it doesn't like. Well, if it's up, old menu state equals menu state minus menu state. If it's less than 1, set it back to 7. That's fine. There's just something here it doesn't like. I don't know what it could be. Huh. I'm not getting any warnings, at least in relation to that. So, yeah, I think I may need to stop here for today, because it's going to just turn into yesterday where I spent an hour on something that should be obvious. Yeah, this is bizarre. Because I know all these functions work fine. I've stress tested this free text box function before. That shouldn't be an issue. New text box is obviously fine. That one's been, I've been using it in my other programs extensively without any issues. So the only thing I can figure is it doesn't like this. But I'm not sure why this would be a problem, because it's fine doing this outside of the while loop, basically. In fact, I guess the way we can test this is we can just pull it out and have it update continuously, like this, and just see what it does. It crashes. Wonder why. Maybe there is a problem with one of my functions here. Let's just run a for loop here. Or, yeah, why would that while 1? Because if we just keep it in a while loop here. Yeah, so there is a problem in that function somewhere. Copy. So let's see if we can work that out here really quick. Oh, that's fine. So there is a problem, and if I had to make a guess, it's probably my free text box function it doesn't like. What we could do to test that is we actually just take the lines, the code for that, and put it in verbatim, if I can find it. Free, there it is. And yeah, we can just copy and paste this in. Main.c, nope, here. So we'll be getting rid of this, and instead, let's just copy this all in. Because there's obviously something it doesn't like in here. Yeah, in fact, now that I'm looking at this, this is kind of weird the way I'm doing this. Yeah, it's really weird, actually. Well, no, it isn't. Like, it makes sense, but... just get rid of all of our if statements, because we're not going to be checking for null. Because we will be unloading it every time. And actually we can get rid of this and we just swap this out. Like that. So that's essentially the same function. It does work differently because before I was just returning a null structure, but no, it's still crashing. Still crashing. So yeah, it looks like there's a bug in this code. This is good because that means there's probably bugs in my games too that I'm running into this. But yeah, it's going to take some time to figure it out. So let's see here. It's unloading the text, which yes, that is allocated at some point. And the sprite, same thing. It's detached and we free that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Because that's just freeing the sprite structure. Then the drawbox data, we free that. Then we free the drawbox, which is just a screen, that's correct. And then we free the structure for the text box. That is correct as well. I'm just wondering if there's something we're missing. This is just a pointer, we don't need to worry about that. It gets freed by itself later on. Yeah, the screen, yeah, that's fine, and the character text, that's fine as well. So yeah, something is not right. I'm wondering if there's still a problem with how I'm allocating memory for the string. That's possible. These are pretty straightforward. I know I got this worked out and this worked out. Those aren't problems. The font is just a pointer, I believe. So that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, we're just setting it there. Calculate the line breaks for word wrapping. So yeah, so the text, we allocate it. Character count +1, we put a null at the end, so there's no accidental overflow there. Yeah, don't know. Drawbox equals new screen, allocate simple screen, sprite of screen, we clear them both. We attach the sprite. Yeah, this is gonna take some, unless there's something else. I don't think there is. Passing in the string. Oh, I wonder if that's causing a problem. It's not complaining about it. No, it definitely made it crash. Apparently that doesn't matter. Oh yeah, that doesn't matter because it's just an array. That's fine. That is fine. It's just an array at the end of the day. Yeah. Not sure what's going on. Definitely lasts a little bit longer before crashing. It does it quite a few times. Yeah, this is just a pointer, so this is fine. Address. Yeah, that doesn't work. It's pointing to the wrong place. Here, let's do this. Let's turn these off. And let's do update text box like that. Huh. Wonder why it didn't get further with that. Update text box right here. Wonder if it's this clear screen thing it's having an issue with. Doing that too quickly or something. Nope. So our bug is in our process character function. It seems, or at least part of the problem is there. So if TV character is greater than -1. Process a new line. Not worried about that. Draw a character. Here. -32, that's fine. Graphic X equals character offsets, that's fine. So a few things could be happening here because I'm drawing from one buffer to another buffer. It could be drawing pixels it's not supposed to from one buffer because I'm not properly selecting the area it needs to draw from. That's possible. We can test that by just commenting that out. Nope, that's not the problem. There's this line center thing. Let's comment that out, see if that might be causing an issue. Nope. See if any of this, we'll just comment all this out until, whoops, until it starts working. See if the problem's here. The reason why I'm skeptical here is because, yeah, the problem's not in here. This is very old code, and it's worked so far pretty well. That's interesting. Why? Let's see here, which one? I'm doing update text box. Oh no, it isn't. That isn't the problem. It is in our. It's either this or this. You know, and I could have sworn I've stress tested this before. These old functions, they should be working just fine. I'm just very hesitant to go through and change anything here because I'm pretty sure it's all stable. I mean, the way we can test it is, oh. There we go. Wonder if that was causing a problem. There we go. Okay. So right now we're just running a while loop with this. The way we can test some things here, we won't be able to see anything, but just run a while loop and just have it stay in there. We can run a vsync if we want, vsync. There we go. And what we can do is just on the first line, we create it and destroy it over and over and over again. Free text box, line text box 1 or 0. Let's do the first one in case there's an issue there. 0, 0, line offset. It's on layer 1, that's fine. Do that. Should be crashing if those functions had an issue. And I don't think they do. Tom Regs PG. Just to prove that something's happening, I'm just going to flash the background color a few times. Ooh, that should give you a seizure. So yeah, it should be crashing if those functions had an issue. And they don't. They don't have an issue. They work fine. That's why I don't want to mess with my text engine code. I'm pretty sure I've done these stress tests before on those functions. So those are working fine. But for some reason, when we run our line update, so if I move this while loop here, and we just do this, let's just run this a couple times between white and red, like that. Oh, white. Look at that, it's working fine. It's interesting. Oh, I think I know what's going on. It's yeah, sorry, that's really distracting. It's because I'm freeing, so we have an array of structures here for each line of text. And when we free it, I think there's an issue with freeing something in the middle of that stack of functions. You'd think there wouldn't be, but because it's just a pointer, and well, it could be having a problem though with that. There is another approach to this. We can test this. Here, I'm just going to leave. And the reason why it isn't happening here is because it's just at the very beginning. I'm freeing it, adding it. There isn't an issue there. Maybe. Gosh, why? That shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be a problem. Common assets. What we can do, well, and this is working just fine too. Yeah. In fact, let's. I want to test that out really quick. I want to just do our free text box function. Excuse me. Here. Turn this all back on. Make sure that that's working. Yeah, that's working just fine. Yeah. So we can get rid of this. What we can do instead of freeing the whole structure, text box structure, is we can just free the text. Then we have to free the text. Basically, we're rerunning part of the initialization text for the text box, which is right here. We'll be freeing that, and then we have to update our character count as well, which is the length of the string, and then we can update everything. And we can do that. It's not a problem. It's literally just copying and pasting this back in. Yeah, and our width is set, so that's fine. We're fine on that. I just feel like this is going to cause problems a little bit further down the line if we do this. So I'm not too terribly interested in approaching it this way. Anyways, I'm gonna think about this, and so I'm gonna call it a stream today. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll get back on this in another week. Oh, excuse me, or 2 weeks. Next week we're gonna do games next week. Excuse me, sorry, I've been sitting still for a while. Yeah, we're gonna do games next week. I don't know what we're gonna play. I was thinking about starting a new series, Let's Play series. So the first one I did, and the last one I did was Battle Morph, and so I've been wanting to, something I've never done, and I think I've mentioned this on stream before, is I've never beaten Myst on the Jag. I love Myst. I'm a huge Myst fan, and so I'm thinking about doing a Let's Play for that, and it won't be too long. I'm pretty sure. Even without a walkthrough, because I've played it so many times, I think I can get through it fairly quickly, probably in just 2, maybe 3 sit downs, and so that would be a pretty quick playthrough. So that's what I'm thinking. If I don't do that, we may do some homebrew. I haven't done Last Strike on the stream, I don't think. And so I may do that one. Gosh, have I done that one on stream? I need to go look. I don't think I have. And so I may just do some homebrew, and there's plenty of homebrew to choose from to play some good stuff. So anyways, if you have any suggestions, if there's anything you would like to see, let me know. We could do that instead. And my go-to is always Iron Soldier. Like I always like playing Iron Soldier. I don't think I've ever beaten Iron Soldier 2. I know I've gotten really far in it. I don't know if I've ever beaten it, and so maybe we'll do a series on that, but I don't know. But thanks, Jean Paul, and thanks for joining. But yeah. So yeah, look forward to some Let's Plays next week. I may spend some time. Excuse me, throat's a bit dry. I haven't been drinking my water. I may spend some time off stream working on this test suite a little bit, see if I can get this what should be pretty basic stuff figured out. Just drawing text on the screen. There's obviously a bug in my code somewhere it doesn't like. I think I know what it is. It's the fact that I'm freeing one of these structures in the middle of the array. It just seems like I've never had that problem before. So I need to go, oh, I wonder if it's because, no, that shouldn't be a problem. I need to go do some research on it, see if that actually can cause some crashes. I don't think it should. Like, everything in my gut is telling me it shouldn't, but I can't think of a situation where I've done this before. It seems like this should be a common thing, though. So my gut tells me I have. I just can't think of anything specific where I've done it before. But anyways, yeah, thanks for joining me this week. I'll be streaming again next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't think there's any holidays or anything. I won't be on vacation or anything. Yeah, so that's the 15th and the 16th. Next week I'll be streaming, same time. We'll be playing games. Don't forget to like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I also have a newsletter that you can sign up for at JagCorner.com. if you want to do that, or you can just follow me on social media. I have Twitter and Facebook. I also have an Instagram account, which is my art account. It isn't specific to JagCorner, but I do personal artwork there, but I also do Atari related artwork every once in a while. I also do 3D renders and stuff like that. So I do illustration. I do both 2D and 3D illustration. My day job, I'm a motion graphics artist, and so sometimes there's some crossover with my work there on that. So if you're in the Instagram scene, you can follow me there as well. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.